section with you, and then I'll complete one problem or one question from each section so that you have an idea of what to do for your Chapter 11 review. And then I will also post the answers as a PDF file into Class Dojo, so when you're done with this page or these two pages, 209 and 210, then you can go back and check your answers. Okay, for section A, it says underline the verb twice. Write present, past, or future to show the tense of the verb. So what I'm going to go and do for you is go ahead and I'm going to underline the verb for you. So the first one is tasted. The second verb in the second sentence is buys. In the third sentence, it's will grind. And in the fourth sentence, the verb is bruise. So what you need to do is tell me or write down on the lines which verbs are present, past, or future. Now remember, these are all review from Chapter 11, so you're welcome to go back in your book and find the lesson that went with this, and then usually they have that chart so that you can go back and review that chart and see if you can figure out what the answer is. All right, for section B, it says write the correct present tense verb form to complete each sentence. So they put the verb in parentheses for you, and they want you to put it in present tense, which means now. So I should not see, or you should not have any verbs written with an ED. All right, so the first one, Laura, attend our church. Now, if I just write attend, it does not make sense. But we can, to make it sound correct and that it's present tense, we can add an S, attends our church. Okay, and then you'll do the same for all of these. Remember, you're looking for present tense, so you're looking for the verb, or write the verb to make it today. All right, section C says underline the correct past tense verb form twice. So in each one of these sentences, you'll see two words and they're in parentheses. You need to underline twice the correct form. So number 11 says, the class planned a field trip to the mountains. The class planned a field trip to the mountains. So all you have to do is just look at the word, which one is correct, underline it twice. So planned is spelled with two N's. All right, let me move the camera. All right, the next part, section D, says complete each sentence with the correct form of the verb. So number 14 says, Professor Burke has write a new book. Now, if I just write, that does not make sense. So we're going to change the form of write to written. Professor Burke has written a new book. Just like that. All right, so then you'll complete that section as well. I'll leave this up here for 1 second so you can check. Make sure you have it written down. Remember, this is pages 209 and 210 in your English 5 workbook. All right, now on the back, page 210. All right, section E says underline the subject once, underline the correct helping verb twice. So a subject is another name for the noun, or what or who is the sentence all about. So number 18 says the basketball teams will or had practiced for weeks. Okay, so you have to think to yourself, what is that or who is that sentence all about? It's about teams. So we're going to underline teams once because that's our subject. And so the basketball teams will practice for weeks. So we're going to underline will twice. Because if you put in had, it really doesn't, that sentence really doesn't make sense. The basketball teams had practice for weeks. Will practice for weeks sounds correct. For section F, it says fill in the circle next to the correct answer. So number 21, Christ chose 12 disciples to follow him, or Christ chosen 12 disciples to follow him. Well, if you say those sentences out loud, obviously you know the first sentence makes the most sense. All right, section G says, write present perfect, I'm going to underline that, present perfect, past perfect, or future perfect for the underlined verb tense in each sentence. So number 26, we have baked a cake for the party. So you got to think to yourself, is this something that happened in the present, the past, or the future? We have baked a cake for the party. And since it's have baked, it's present. Okay, and then you'll continue with 27 through 29. All right, last section is section H. It says underline the word in each sentence that has a prefix or a suffix. Fill in the circle next to the correct meaning of the word you underlined. So number 30 says, Josh dislikes having asthma. So the verb with the prefix is dislikes. I'm just going to make sure, underline the word. Okay. Make sure I didn't have to underline it twice. All right. So dislikes, and then you have to decide what does dislikes mean, does not like, or wrong or incorrect. We know that dislikes means he does not like. And then you'll do the same for the rest of that page. Okay. So like I said, complete the chapter 11 review. I will post the answers into Class Dojo. I want you to check your answers before you take your test. Before you take your test, if you have any questions, make sure you reach out before you take your test so I can help you. If you have any questions or concerns, like I said, feel free to contact me.